I grew up in a, this is from Susie Pebbles. Susie. Hello, Susie. I grew up in a violent childhood which ultimately led me to seek consciousness. I noticed that pain is a strong motivator to deepen my consciousness. I think I may create painful experiences for myself as a means to move back towards consciousness once it slips away from me. Is there a way to stay motivated in moving towards consciousness without painful life experiences? For a period of time in a person's life, even though they may already have had glimpses of transcending the ego, glimpses of stillness, glimpses of inner spaciousness, of acceptance, and then they fall back into that sleep-like state of egoic identification, and their level of consciousness goes down because they're not being challenged. And so they go from to, and then they need another jolt. And then it goes down again. And some people repeat that cycle many times. And then, or like Susie, they're almost waiting for the next jolt so that they can stay awake. And then you realize you can actually, in your daily life, and I've been talking about it here, you can invite presence into your life, not just only be present when things go wrong. Some people are like that. Some people completely lose it when things go wrong, but other people can only be present when things go wrong. Well, at least they can be present then, that's good. But don't rely on things going wrong, because then they'll continue to go wrong for you. By inviting presence into your daily life, you're no longer dependent on getting this jolt or getting hit over the head by life, some bad situation to force you into presence. You have to invite presence, be conscious enough to realize that every day requires you to open yourself to presence in normal everyday life by taking a few conscious breaths many times during the day, by practicing perceiving the world around you without interpretation, without interference of the mind, just being aware with your sense perceptions, by feeling the energy of the inner body, by consciously working with the present moment and accepting whatever arises. Make it a practice so that you're alert and watchful, and no matter what life brings to you during the course of a normal day, see if you can not resist whatever arises in the present moment. Immediately align yourself with it. That's a beautiful practice. If that were the only one, that would be enough. Always align yourself so that you're not in a dysfunctional state of non-alignment with what is in the present moment. And therefore, of course, extremely common, that dysfunctional state of non-alignment with the present moment. Your mind wants something else. It doesn't want what is. It's dysfunctional because it already is. You might as well want it. Getting what you want, most people think happiness lies there. And of course, getting what you want can be quite nice. But very often you find after a while that what you wanted and finally you have it wasn't that great. and it doesn't make you happy, and sometimes makes you unhappy. It does not mean you should not pursue goals, but not believing that the attainment of a goal will make you happy. What should make you happy is the doing of it, not the attainment. It's a delusion that the attainment of your goal will make it. Also, it can make you happy for a short period of time, not long. But the doing, you're always doing. The arriving is very short. And once you sit at the top of the mountain, then what? You have finally achieved the big house, the Rolls Royce, the private jet, and then you sit there. I made it. And to keep it going, you have to invite others to your place who have less than you. That keeps you going for a while. But even that gets empty after a while. And then what? More? Can try that. Well, you got what you wanted, but now you have to learn to want what you get. Wanting what you get. You can learn that anywhere, at any moment, which means just to be aligned with what life gives you in this moment. Then your general life improves greatly. If you never like this moment, it's very unlikely that you will like the next one. Because the next one appears as this one. So if you habitually, as millions of people still live like that, if habitually they don't like this moment, the next one is not going to be any better. But if you habitually like this moment, you're okay with it, then you will notice an improvement because the face that you're showing life is friendly. And then life reflects a friendly face back to you. There are many people who regard life as an enemy. They are fearful and they could be attacked at any moment by something else going wrong. So they're fearfully walking through life, just waiting for the next thing to go wrong. And you can see it even when the phone rings. You say, oh, what's happening now? Or the emails are coming in, oh, it could be trouble. And they don't like where they are. They don't like who they are with. They don't really like what they're doing, but they're doing it anyway. And so they continue to experience how they face the world in that state of rejection, one could say, of the present moment. Then the world reflects it back to you. You don't get that many helpful events, circumstances, and people. But when you live in friendliness with the present moment, you do experience, not that you're not challenged anymore, you will be challenged, but you will experience an increase in encountering helpful people, events, and situations. And that you can verify easily in your experience. And if you have a goal to pursue and you enjoy the doing of it, rather than just hoping to get to the end result where you can finally say, now I've made it, or now I can be happy, that's the egoic way of doing. If you enjoy the doing, which means every moment, even when an obstacle arises to where you want to get to, you immediately, you don't attack it, you immediately go with it. You say, oh, obstacle. And then you see what you look at it in whatever form the obstacle comes, in the form of a person. Probably a person does something that wants to block you. could be the government, it could be this, but the government is people too. And then you don't become negative, you immediately look at it. What is possible now? It's nothing, the present moment is never regarded as an enemy anymore. So everything is immediately transformed. And even if there's an antagonistic energy coming towards you, you immediately go with it, or you step back, take a step back. And so here's the energy coming towards you in the form of a person or event, and you think it's coming towards you, and this is symbolically, I'm explaining it to you, it comes towards you and you go. You don't go, you go, or it gets right through you. Or the very energy of it can actually be transformed into good. That was, for example, when many years ago, when Oprah was taken to court by the Texas cattle ranchers because she had said on television, "I'm never going to eat a hamburger again." She said that on TV. And then the cattle ranchers, they are very powerful people in Texas, they took her to court and wanted to pay her damages because after she said, "I'm never going to eat a hamburger again," this on the stock market, the meat went. So the cattle ranchers of Texas lost millions and millions and millions of dollars. There was a huge court case. Oprah had to move to Texas to do her show there for several weeks or months because she had to be there every day. And she produced her show from Texas, and she explained in her show how wonderful Texas was. and really genuinely explaining the people of Texas and everything, the places. She so much enjoyed being there, and she did. And she did not attack anybody, these evil cattle ranchers. And in the end, she won the case. So, and this is how you handled something. They really wanted her downfall. They were so angry at having lost so much money. She didn't see an enemy. She just went with it. So the energy, their negative energy, evaporated. How would that have looked if she had been antagonistic? I'm going to fight then and I'm going to win that case. Very different. So that was quite wonderful when she finally won the case. And when she won the case, she didn't say, "You see, I did it." No, it's fine. Almost as she'd always known that she would win it. And in the meantime, everybody in Texas felt better about themselves.